Alright, so it is bench press day. I'm going to lift some heavy ass weight. Today's goal is to do 5x2 with 285 pounds. And here are some warm-up sets. I kind of film from different angles to kind of see my viewpoint. If I look funny, it's because of the angle of the camera. It's an extra wide lens. And I remember I was watching Anas bench press, one of my coworkers, and I was watching him bench. And this position, I noticed to see a lot of different things with the wrists and how the shoulder moved, which is sort of interesting. So I kind of wanted to film myself so I can see if I'm having any kind of movement restriction. So that's 225 pounds. Here, moving up to 245 pounds. And you kind of see here what I did for this video, this workout is, or this editing at least for my channel, is just to focus on watching my setup. You can kind of see how I tuck my feet a little bit further back, how I kind of feel my shoulder blades out, and just kind of dig my upper back into the bench. And it's a hit or miss sometimes, or it used to be hit or miss. And now I've finally been able to kind of figure out where I need to be on the bench to get the maximum pause bench. And it's kind of hard because if you saw on a previous video that I made when I was working out with Nas, is that you should be pressing yourself so hard that if you were to kind of not have the weight in your hands, you would slide up the bench. And kind of what I wanted, because I benched so well on Thursday, this is a Sunday workout that you're watching here, with the 265 and 295 for pause singles, I kind of wanted to warm up in the same way. And I was going to do 5 sets of 1, sort of a warm-up, which might seem like a lot for 265. But what I decided to do was I got it in the first move, first rep. I felt the groove. I don't think it gets any better than that. And it's that feeling that you just can't really replace. Now you can see me here, I'm tucking my feet back, and you kind of see where my hand is. I position my hand to make sure that it's digging right there deep into the palm, and this is really, really important. Find that right position and find that right foot position while I dig my upper back into the bench. And having my wife help spot me, because I don't know sometimes if I'm going to make this, and getting the bar to my chest. So here she helps me unrack, got a good pause, that's a really good pause, and there's a really, really good pause. And it's almost like if I'm off by just a hair, I'm going to definitely miss the repetition. So this is kind of the reason why I need a spot for these movements. Here we go. That one was a pretty good pause. That one I felt like could have stayed just a little bit longer. As you'll see, these sets, they get worse and worse. So then I figure out kind of how to set my feet a little bit. I figure I'll set my feet first. Now I understand why when I saw Izzy bench, who's obviously a much lighter lifter than me, but why people who try to get that big arch, they start by setting their feet first, and then they drag their upper back down to kind of emphasize that arch. And what I learned is by using the belt, you're able to breathe and open up your chest just a tiny bit, maybe a millimeter or two, to get the bar to touch a little bit sooner, so you can help shorten your range. So you kind of see here, kind of I'm straddling the bench, it looks like, and I think this is kind of my ideal way to bench. You can see here I kind of messed up when I lifted off because that was kind of a wrong signal to my wife. This is kind of the reason why I don't like people lift off from me, because it's really awkward. But at this point, I really do need to start getting a lift off, because it's the only way I'm going to grow, and I'm going to need other people to help me lift off. So I lift my hips off the bench, set it down, pause. It felt like that bounced just a little bit. It should have stayed a little bit longer. And that second one, I mean, I get my form just starts to degrade just a little bit. I would say from a scale from 1 to 10, this entire workout, it really felt like probably a 7.5, maybe like a C+, B- kind of a workout, because my technique wasn't on point. But I felt pretty good because I was able to confidently lift 285 pounds for 10 repetitions in a total workout, which is something I've never done. So here we go. I think this was actually a pretty good lift. Yeah, this was actually pretty good. And I'm just learning how to really, yeah, see, that was like not even a short pause, basically a touch and go, or basically a bounce almost, it looked like. So you can kind of see how I'm using the rack to kind of balance myself, get that arch, and just really open up my posture. And then people have asked before if benching with a belt helps, and I think it does. But then you have to know how to use it, you know, like anything else. And now I know how it helps, because when you breathe into your belly, your chest is supposed to come up a little bit. I watched this really good breathing video with on Juggernaut Fitness, or not Juggernaut Fitness, Juggernaut Training with Chad, Juggernaut Training Systems. There you go, that's what it is. And I have to say I'm quite proud of myself with this. It's definitely a hard lift. One of those things where, you know, I have to have a spot because I'm lifting a weight that could potentially crush me. So then after I do 5 sets of 2 successfully, which I feel pretty good about, I do some touch and go reps, and they feel kind of awkward. But I have to say that this 245 felt super light, and then I stopped at 6 repetitions, and I'm watching this. I'm like, man, I think I could have done at least one more, but I know I could have done one more. That's what I usually stop. But I think, again, this is where having a spotter really does help you be able to get more volume get more volume reps and sets, and just kind of keep going, because I think that's really what's really important, is just being able to kind of murder those chest muscles so you can get them to grow, but also more importantly, allowing you to kind of again, push yourself and not be afraid of having this lingering sensation or thought that you might not be able, gets pinned under the bar. So anyways, thanks for watching my video. I'll see you guys on the next video.